Gavin, thanks for doing this, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Good to see you. 10 years later.
10 years later,
Crazy.
man.
And there's race cars behind us. It's the Indy here in Toronto.
Lots of cars, man.
Do you dig race cars?
I love the cars, bro.
You love the cars?
I love cars, man. I like racing.
Where do you live? Do you have are you in a car city or are you in a subway city? You're in New York, aren't you?
You know what? I'm more now in Nashville.
Okay, so that's why you opened up the second location.
Exactly. We still have the National Underground in New York.
Yeah, let's start there. So what is for people who are going to Nashville, New York, tourist destination, what is it?
Well, if they're going to New York or Nashville, we have a couple of small bar, restaurant, music venues called the National Underground, where we basically want to feature up-and-coming acts that are coming through town or that live in town, you know, in a couple of great music cities, which would be New York and Nashville, of course. So, you know, you can really tap into the local culture in places like that and know that you're going to get great talent. Just the nature of those two cities.
Might people show up and see a potential Gavin DeGraw surprise appearance at one of these places?
Know.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah, I mean, I like to drop in there when I have time off, so I go in there and check out bands, check out musicians.
When do you have time off? When was the last time you had time off?
I had a day off.
A day, okay.
Yeah, I get a day off here and there. And I just spent about a week or two in Nashville, you know. Just,
mixing this record, or like where's the record up to? Because last I heard,
yeah,
there was a bridge, like the last puzzle piece was a bridge that you had to finish, and then the record was going to be done.
Exactly. I think we've completed that part now, and I was in Nashville over the last couple of weeks, and I spent a little time there, and I went to one of my favorite studios in the world called Blackbird Studio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's Blackbird Studios is just beautiful. It's owned by John McBride, you know, of John and Martina McBride. Wonderful guy, great place, unbelievable gear they have. So I got on the phone with Ryan Tedder, and we were really done with the song other than the bridge. So we just needed to bang out that bridge.
What is it about Ryan that compliments your writing so well? Everyone's writing with Ryan Tedder these days for some reason.
You know,
he's the guy.
He's a really great talent, you know. He's an easy guy to work with because he's just overflowing with ideas, but he doesn't just spill out ideas and say, okay, they're all great ideas. You know, he's good at, he has a good barometer on what's a good idea and what's just an idea. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So he's a producer of sorts to your writing.
He is a producer, and but I really find him to be a really strong writer. You know, I really enjoy his songwriting, and his production happens to suit the type of stuff that he writes on, you know, and the type of stuff that we were writing together.
Was he on Best I Ever Had? Is that you and him, or is that?
No, the Best I Ever Had is with Martin Johnson.
Who's that?
Martin Johnson came out of a group called Boys Like Girls.
Oh, okay.
Yes?
I know the band.
You know what? It's a pop punk group.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that Martin's musical taste expands well beyond the one genre, you know? But I think that's the nature of the business is that the artists themselves aren't as consumed with the genre. You know, they just want good talent. You know, we like good songwriting and we like good production and, you know, good talent. And so Martin's somebody who's able to blend into other people's genres when he's working with them. You know, and he's a really greatly gifted guy, great guy to work with, and I think you'll be seeing a lot more of the same coming up.
I do want to talk. My thing died because the sun. It gave one of those heat signal things, so I've lost all my questions. But that's all right. Because I love the tune because it's got poignant lyrics. You're talking about drones. You're talking about the war. You're talking about Antarctica.
Absolutely.
But it's also fun. It's like,
thank you.
And it's got this like subterranean homesick blues kind of like you're just shouting out rhymes, right?
Oh yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it fits this train tour because it's almost got Pat's cadence the way he's been rhyming his singles lately.
There's a lot of what we wanted to do is we wanted to be present. We wanted it to be in the now, you know? And on top of that, you want it to be something that was reminiscent of what's going on right now stylistically out there right now in the music scene. And there's a lot of things happening stylistically in the music scene. There really are no rules, but there are certain things that are surfacing again and again, at least within the last year or so. You know, one of the things
like
that's been surfacing is the Americana movement. You know, the Lumineers, the Mumfords, this and that, you know? So granted, that style of music has been around since, you know, before recording music, but it's a moment right now where pop culture is embracing that sound, and that's one of the sounds that I happen to love. So Martin and I started writing according to what that sound was, just a a quick little, jangly acoustic guitar thing, which is, has been used a gazillion times over the last couple hundred years, but we wanted to modernize it and throw in some other production pieces that would bring it to a new place and incorporate some of the other things that have been happening musically, some of the synthesized sounds and some of the big reverb sounds, and there's a lot of other flavors in there.
Yeah, the horns and stuff.
The horns and stuff, exactly, man. So the beauty of the landscape right now musically is that there really are no rules. However the journey has happened in pop culture and pop music, the ears that are embracing popular sound have become very, very varied in their tastes. So as a musician, as a songwriter, I'm very lucky to be in it right now at this moment. Even much more open terrain than there was 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or even 2 years ago.
So does the record span genres, or does it stay more with this Americana?
No, it does.
I know you like to try and change things up.
I like to change things up for sure. So, so the record itself.
Make a move, is that what it's called?
Make a move. Yeah, I think that's what we're calling it right now.
Okay,
at least.
cool.
You know what I mean?
So that's what I've heard. I wasn't sure if it was a thing.
So, but right there, I mean, there's another song written with a completely different thing. I mean, we're basing it on the acoustic guitar, but it's me and Amar and Dan and Benny Blanco. So it's a whole nother thing. Benny Blanco, from the Maroon song, Moves Like Jagger. So just a lot of different styles. I think that the idea of sticking with one particular style as a musician, at least for me at the moment, doesn't really interest me. I like lots of different styles, so I do that for myself. I enjoy it.
So on the topic of styles, you're a dancer now.
When I can be.
Are you adding dancing to the show?
I move. I wouldn't call myself a dancer.
Right.
I move.
We have more training than most people now, I think.
You know what? Yeah, I had a few weeks of it, or 8 weeks about, and I got to tell you, man, doing that Dancing with the Stars show, it really opened me up. Kind of helped correct the way I stand a little bit.
Little posture.
I don't hunch as badly as I did.
Yep.
I didn't realize when I was up on stage sitting at the piano, I had a little Quasimodo thing going on, man. I didn't realize, But I think that Karina Smirnoff, my dance partner from the show, really kind of shed light on that for me. Really helped me kind of correct a lot of that problem I had. So doing the show really kind of opened my mind to that, and really opened my mind to the other forms of art. Kind of giving that whole thing respect, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Absolutely.
It's a great, great thing.
It's 1,000,000 degrees out here, so I'm gonna let you go.
It's 1,000,000 degrees, but when you're wearing a black jacket.
I know.
How do you stand it?
I'm dying right now.
It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
So we do something called 5 questions. 5 quick questions, 1-word answers.
Yeah.
Road or studio?
I love the road.
Lennon or McCartney?
Sure. It's tough, bro. I love them both. I mean, you couldn't have one without the other for me. It's I like both their solo careers, but as the Beatles, it was just something else.
When you hear a song, what usually hits you first? Lyrics, melody, or rhythm?
Tough to say. I'll tell you the first thing that hit me, if it's not good, a bad lyric. Nothing like a bad lyric to ruin a great melody.
If someone's never heard...
Although you can get away with a bad melody with a great lyric. Yeah.
If someone's never heard Gavin DeGraw, what song do they start with?
No one's ever heard Gavin DeGraw. What song do they start with? Oh. For me, a first listen song, I would like them to hear, well, there's some of those on the new album, but I would say check out the Sweeter album and check out a song called Stealing, and check out a song called You Know Where I'm At. I'd say to check those 2 out. Those are in here for me, very much in my heart as a writer.
In 1 word, Gavin DeGraw. A lot of 1-word album titles.
Funny.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Funny.
Funny's good. I like funny. You made me laugh last time telling me about Neil Young stories of you.
Laugh.
I'd love to keep going, but
me
we're
too.
dying. It's too hot, and I know you got another
interview. Yeah, it's hot as hell,
stuff.
man.